Is this a real Jackson Dinky guitar body? Or did I just get ripped off by Aliexpress? Hey guys, hope you're all having a fantastic day out there in YouTube land. Or wait, you're out there in the real land and I'm in here in the YouTube land. Okay, whatever. So check out this guitar body that I got on AliExpress for $49 with free shipping. This is not a Strat body. Oh no, this is a Dinky Body. And you guys know that the Dinky Body is my favorite guitar body shape, right? And if you don't know that, well, you should, because I've got a whole bunch of guitars with this body shape. Okay, so is this a real, genuine Jackson Dinky guitar body? That is the question. I'm 99.99% sure that it is, and I will give you the reasons why. But first, we've got to go over the backstory. How did I get it? Where did it come from? Alright, you already know that I got it on AliExpress, because I said that. You know, I'm always browsing AliExpress, looking at guitars, guitar parts, anything guitar related all the time. And if you guys have watched my videos before, you know I've bought tons of stuff from AliExpress, including complete guitars. So I came across the listing for this body and I was immediately intrigued because, you know, looking at the picture, I was like, that looks like a Dinky. Now there was nothing in the title or the description that said Dinky or Jackson or Charvel or anything like that. I just assumed based on the shape and just basically the way it looked in the picture. And based on the shape, I mean, it's a dead giveaway, I think, that it's definitely a Dinky. The other dead giveaway is the neck pocket. And in case you don't know, the Charvel and the Jackson guitars, the neck pocket is slightly wider than like the Fender style neck pockets, like 2 inches, 2¼ inches, I think it is. So after I got it, I measured it. Yep, I even put a neck in there and it was like a regular sort of Fender style neck. A little bit loose, that means it's got the Jackson width on the neck pocket. It's the real deal. Now I have to say, this thing is pretty banged up. It's got lots of nicks and scratches and gouges, and on the back it's got like splatter, and I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's not new. It's in extremely used condition. So of course I'm wondering, like, how old is this? And how did it get in this condition? And how did the guy that sold it to me on AliExpress, how did he end up getting it? And since I don't have the answers to those questions, I can only make a bunch of assumptions. So that's what I'm gonna do, so bear with me here. Okay, first of all, when you look at the pickup layout, it's got 1 humbucker and 2 single coils. Now when you look at the current Jackson guitars, I'm talking about the Made in China, the JS series, which is their lowest, like cheapest guitars that they have, you know, $150, $200, whatever. They don't currently have any models with a humbucker and 2 single coils. All the current ones are 2 humbuckers. I'm not even sure when the last time was that they had this pickup layout. I think it's been several years. The other clue is that the same seller that I bought this from, he's got guitars and partial guitars from the Charvel Desolation series. You remember those guitars? They were made in China. Those came out in 2012, and I think they only made them for a few years, I'm guessing. I tried to Google it, I couldn't figure out, I couldn't find any information that told me when they stopped making the Desolation guitars, so I'm just gonna kind of guess and say maybe around 2015 or so. 2022 now, so this is like a good 7 years at least. So this thing could be like 7, 8 years old, maybe. And even though it's old and it's got a lot of nicks and dings and scratches and everything, there's nothing on here that can't be fixed. So I'm totally gonna fix this. I'll fill in all the scratches, the dings, whatever. I'll fill it all in, sand it nice and smooth, and then I'm gonna repaint it, and it's gonna look brand new by the time I'm done with it. Just like the $6 million man, I will rebuild it. But it's not gonna cost me $6 million. Okay, more assumptions, guys. So what I think, I'm just guessing, happened is that, you know, based on this and the other stuff that he has for sale on his store listing there, he's got guitars that you can tell they were like part way through the production process and then just stopped. Some of the, I mentioned the Charvel Desolation guitars, he's got like the body and the neck, and then the neck doesn't have the frets on it. It's got the little slots cut where they would, you know, install the frets, but no frets. And then sometimes like where the bridge goes, like the little holes to the post holes for the bridge, they're not drilled, but the body itself is already painted and finished. So I'm guessing that like they were in the production process and something got dinged, or they dropped a tool on it, a gouge, they scratched it, or I don't know. They discovered some kind of defect on it, and because, you know, it's for Charvel or Jackson, whoever, they don't want damaged stuff. They went, okay, this one's damaged, put it aside, can't be sold. And then further damage could have happened depending on like how these things were stored. Remember I said it's been years probably. So were they just like sitting in a pile, sitting on a shelf? I'm sure they weren't like boxed up and protected or anything. Maybe they were moved around, you know, just kind of tossed around. Still in pretty good shape considering that maybe that was happening. I don't know. Now for this particular guitar, I'm not totally sure how they decided like they couldn't use it, they couldn't sell it, but look at here guys, look here. Can you see me? I can see there's a little hole right here. There's a little hole going through the back, you know, where the trem springs go, and then right there. So when they were routing that, they routed too deep on one side or whatever, and then the wood basically just like broke through. So is that why they decided that this one was no good and couldn't be sold? I don't know. But they went far enough in the production process that it's got the little spring claw installed here. They left it on there. I don't know why. The whole thing is just one giant unsolved mystery as far as I'm concerned. All right, so what's my plan for this particular guitar body? Because I generally don't like single coil pickups in the middle position like this. I never use it and it just sometimes gets in the way of my picking. I'm gonna fill in this cavity. I'm gonna fill it up so that when I'm done with this, it will be a one humbucker and one single coil pickup guitar. And I'm also going to convert it to a hardtail bridge, which will be pretty easy to do. And you guys know that a hardtail is my preferred bridge. Then I'll fill in all the little dings and scratches and smooth it over, sand it, whatever, and then I'm gonna repaint it a really cool color. I already know what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna tell you guys because it's gotta be a surprise by the time I'm done. But it's gonna be a kind of a color and a style of paint that I've never done before on any of the guitar builds that I've done. If it turns out how I picture it in my mind, and there's a really good chance that it won't turn out that way, but if it does, it's gonna look killer. But I've got a really big problem, guys. When am I actually gonna work on this guitar? When? I currently have several guitar projects that are just waiting to be started. I've got bodies, necks, hardware, pickups, all kinds of parts, tons of stuff up the wazoo. It's ridiculous, it really is. You know, there's only so many hours in the day, plus I've got work, family, not to mention writing and recording music, practicing the guitar, oh, and making videos. So my projects end up taking forever. But I have learned to accept and take on the motto, I'll get to it when I get to it. This is the way. And a big part of the problem is that I'm constantly adding projects. I've already got all these projects piling up, waiting to be started or whatever, and you know, a new idea will pop into my head. Or like this guy, I'm surfing on Aliexpress and oh, there's a body, a Dinky, my favorite shape, only 49 bucks. I've got to buy it. Well, I just added another guitar project to the list that already has a lot of projects in the list. And the list just keeps getting longer and longer. And just as the perfect example, when I bought this body, I told you the guy's got all kinds of other stuff in there listed for sale. And by the way, I will put a link for this particular store in the description if anybody wants to check it out and you want to see what the guy's offering for sale. But let me give you a warning. Most of his stuff really is for like major do-it-yourselfers. He does have some complete guitars for sale, but most of the ones I saw on there, like they had some kind of, ding, scratch, whatever. So check it out if you want to. Anyway, as I was saying, I bought this one and it got to me really quick. He shipped it, I received it in less than 2 weeks. So after I got it and I was like, okay, because this was the first time I bought from this seller, so you're always taking a chance, you really never know for sure. But I got it, it's good, I'm super excited. I'm pretty sure it's a real Dinky. So after I felt confident in buying from this guy, I went back in his store and looked again, and now, I just barely got this thing, right? Got tons of projects waiting to be done, and what did I do? Oh, I bought another body and another neck. And that particular body and sort of the look and the style of the guitar, you'll recognize it when you see it, but I don't have any guitars like the one that I just ordered. I don't want to tell you guys what it is because I want to surprise you with some of this stuff down the line in like 2025 when I eventually get to it. So make sure you subscribe, guys, and have patience. I'm hoping to get a ton of projects done this year, especially once we get out of winter and we get into the spring and the summer months. It's so much easier for me and more enjoyable to like work on stuff in the spring and the summer and the fall because there's more light, more hours in the day when it's not dark. I don't like being in the garage when it's cold and dark working on guitar projects. So hopefully over the next 6 months or so, I'll get a bunch of stuff done. And I've got some really cool stuff to show you guys. I'm really excited to get it completed and make videos about it and record some shred stuff with it. So excited. I think you guys are gonna really like some of the stuff I have coming up. All right, guys, so that's it. Take a good look at this body. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Real Dinky? Not a real Dinky? I'm pretty sure it is, but let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.